Hi, how's it going, everyone? Today we're gonna make cookies using this, that, little bit of that, and of course, eggs. And it's gonna be lovely. That's what we're doing today. The base recipe is actually basically the exact same thing that I've used in the past, but slightly different. So here you go. So you can see here, this only says 1 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. What we're gonna do is substitute 2/3 of that for the hazelnut, okay? So it's just a cup of flour and then hazelnut. And everything else is gonna be exactly the same. It's going to be great. You'll all love it. So without further ado, I'll flip the camera here and then get started. Okay. So, first things first, you need a bowl. Bowl. And also, of course, your trusty handy dandy apron, of course. Because if you don't have an apron, you're going to get dirty. And you don't want that. So, first step is to get some butter and melt it down. 6 tablespoons. So I've got about 4 tablespoons right there. So another stick of butter will do fine. Yep. And we're gonna use the same technique that we always do, which is we're gonna melt it in a pan. So, got my little pan, that's my favorite, tamagoyaki. Throw that onto medium heat in the background while we cut up the butter and get everything ready. So, I hope everyone's day has been going well. That you're all doing something enjoyable. Something fun maybe with your Tuesday, or as I like to call it, Tuesday. Sorry, I have to make myself laugh because no one else will, and it's just really bad puns. Really bad puns will do it. Speaking of, I was told a good one the other day, which is, what do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic. Yeah, a Roman Catholic, get it? I thought it was funny. Okay. Butter's ready. So, little tablespoon chunks. And then away it goes into the magical melting device, where it can do that for a bit. I think there's something weird on the bottom of my pan, so apologies for the fan noise, but I gotta turn that on. Let it do its thing. Okay. While that melts, while my butter gently melts, we're gonna end up whisking the sugar together with the butter, and it takes a 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay. So let's get that measured out. Half cup. And as I have stated and / shown you all before, I have a weird mix of sugars. Let's see. I have this granulated one combined with some regular pure stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stock these together. And since I want some of these granulated niceness, I'm also gonna just kind of do this. call that good. Half a cup. Half a cup of tasty, tasty sugar. Also, this, I should have rinsed off my little pan or something. It went through the dishwasher, so I thought it was fine, but I think there's something stuck on the bottom of it or something, because this smells a little funny, is all. But yeah, we don't need it to fully melt. We don't need to caramelize it, brown it, or anything like that. That's probably good enough. So let me move you all back here. Yoink. And we are just gonna add that butter with this sugar. You can always tell a recipe is good when it starts with sugar and butter, right? And then we're gonna add an egg. Singular. One egg. Give your butter and sugar a little bit of a mixture. If you're not melting the butter, if you're just using room temperature, you probably want to cream it together a decent bit first. Oh wait, I already took the eggs out. Derp. 8. One large egg, specifically. I think most of the time, most recipes call for large eggs. I don't often see it calling for like regular little baby eggs. So nice crack, no shell, all good. Also, I have a habit, and I didn't realize that that it was weird to do this until like my sister asked me why the heck I was rinsing my eggshells. But I take my garbage out maybe like once a week, maybe, because I'm one person. I don't go through a lot of garbage, and I don't like to attract insects or things like that, so I tend to rinse a lot of things just to try to prevent any kind of that business going on. So, anywho, mix your egg in together with your sugar and your butter. It'll get nice and creamy, kind of like this really nice golden color. And we still have some nice chunks of butter flowing in here, so it will all get mixed together. You don't need to like go super hard on this, just enough to kind of coagulate it. All right, so next is the baking powder, right? So you want a singular TSP teaspoon of baking powder. And as per usual, the magic tip is not to like go thunk and just drop it in, but tap on the side, right? So tap the side, and then you end up with, you know, a little bit better dispersal. So it mixes together a little bit easier. You don't get as much clumping going on, and things are pretty happy. So this is basically the base, right? And now comes that and that. So as I said, it takes about a third, 1 2/3 cup. So we'll use our 1/3 measurer for the hazelnut stuff, and we'll use our 1/2 cup thing for the flour. And we'll just do the flour first. And the trick, of course, as usual, I think you can see it from here, is use a spoon to kind of drop it in. Here, I'll do it over here. It's like this kind of, right? So it just kind of falls in, and that helps prevent packing, so you don't accidentally use too much flour. If you ever like wonder why it seems like a lot of your stuff is dry, even though you supposedly measured whatever the recipe said, if you just like scooped in and got a ton of flour like really packed into your measuring cup, that's why. You used too much flour. So there's our cup. And then hazelnut flour, which is really just ground hazelnut. So like if you don't have hazelnut, like if you don't have like actual hazelnut flour, you could literally just buy hazelnuts and put them in a food processor or a blender, and you'll get the same thing. Like, here, I'll show you. Like it's literally just ground hazelnuts. That's all it is. It's delicious, but that's all it is. It's just ground hazelnuts. I think I'm gonna pretty much use the rest of it. Yeah, actually, thank you. So I'm finally out of it. I haven't used it in a while, but I had just enough left. All right, so with that, just stir and mix is all we got to do now. So mix it all together. And we're gonna roll it into a ball once we're done. The dough, if you just use regular flour, it won't be sticky at all, pretty much. Like, it'll come together nicely. Hazelnut flour kind of tends to get a little bit wetter, it feels. So if it's sticking to the side, you can just add a little bit of extra flour if you don't want to do that. Well, the oven's ready. Amazing. Sorry. So you can kind of see it's coming together, but it is a little on the sticky side. I'm probably going to add like a tablespoon of flour, maybe less. It's not sticking too badly, but just going to do a little spoonful of it. Just to get it to not stick to the sides. So what you normally do, if you're not time pressed or anything, is you chill this dough, and it makes it really easy to make into shapes or do whatever you want with it. And we'll chill it a little bit. The oven's ready, so what I might actually do is we'll cut it in half, and we'll chill half of it. So you can pick it up at this point now. Maybe grab a couple little bits of stuff, because it kind of just falls apart. It's a little bit crumbly, but it's good dough. Kind of like Play-Doh feeling. But yeah, so you can cover it in saran wrap and then put it in the refrigerator and then let it sit there for like a half hour and it'll be good. Alternatively, we can do what I'm about to do, which is just use it as is. So I want to cut it in half. Okay. So now I have two little balls, and I want just said marinate. I just have a sandwich bag, and I am just gonna toss that right in there, like so. And then into the fridge it goes. Even put it in the freezer if you wanted to. And then the other part, 350. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. 350 degrees for the oven. So I set it like right before I went live to stream, so that we'd have like, we wouldn't spend a lot of time waiting. But yeah, so dough. What you can do here, let's see, there's a couple different things you can do. So one method, I got to figure out how I'm going to show you this without getting it all over myself, is if you have a rolling pin and cooking chopsticks are the way to go. So let me show you a cool thing. So what we're going to do, and let me figure out how to show you this without making a giant mess all over my phone. Okay, so first things first. A little bit of flour, just on, your clean surface that you got, because you do have a clean surface, right? And then take the two chopsticks and just put them, right there. Spread it out. And then we'll take our dough and then plop it right down get your rolling pin, and then squish it. And what the chopsticks are here for is to stop you from going down all the way, because this way you'll get the exact same evenness everywhere across the cookie dough. And that will make everything cook like, you know, what's the word? Evenly? Evenly. So you do that, and then you end up with a bunch of flat stuff. And that's when you take a cup, and then you go like this. You just go right in there and squish it, like so. And then when you're done with that, if you peel away the extras, you'll have 3 little munchkins that are perfectly sized. And then you can take those and put them right onto your tray. Right. So here, take a look. Right. So then you get like perfect cookies. Same size, same height, same width, everything. And all you gotta do is get some chopsticks. And then repeat. So squish it all back together again. Make sure your flour is down, ready to go. Make sure, you know, your rolling pin is slightly floured if you like. And then squish. Squish and plop. And eventually, of course, you'll run out of enough of it that you can't plop, as it were. But that's okay. At that point, you can basically just make your cookie with however you want. Well, however much you want left. So nice and easy. The other thing that I do with these, and I don't know if I'm going to do it today. I might, maybe, is I like to cut these in half, like right through the middle of them. And then after I've done that, I put onko, red bean paste, in the middle of them. So you get like a nice like little cream sort of going on in the middle. And that normally tastes pretty good. It's a lot of different flavors going on, but I do think it actually tastes pretty good. What we'll do instead, because I'm too lazy to cut these, is we'll do thumbprints with red bean paste. So this little lad should make 1 more cookie, basically. All right, not the most perfect specimen, but it will suffice. So we have 8 cookies now with that half that I used, plus this extra little cute little ball that would just cook for fun. This guy. All right. So our oven's been ready for a while, so no worries there. But what I'll do now, besides moving things out of the way and such, is get my red bean paste, which I have in a little jar. Actually don't have too much of it. I have an entire bag full, but this is just the leftovers that I have. You can see there's not a bunch of it, but there's enough for like a little thumbprint, right? So just take that, and I'm gonna, where's the swap camera button? So then just, delicious. And I don't have that much. I'm probably gonna have to open up the other bag, I suppose, but it'll be fine. Just I've been meaning to use up the rest of this onko for a little bit. So I'll just make a couple with the thumbprint and then call it good. So I'm not really actually sticking my thumb down in it, but I don't need to. It's fine the way it is, you know? Let's open up that other bag. And you can actually see the label if you like. So this is some Koshian sweetened red bean paste. Which is quite delicious, honestly. I might need to hunt down my scissors, honestly, because these bags don't really like being ripped open. But it is good. And I'm not going to use a knife to smack it. So give me a moment. One moment while I fetch a thingy. Yes, these are cloth scissors. Please stop judging me. Okay, we have officially got red bean paste on our cloth scissors. Because what cosplay is complete without it? But now it's fine. So here we go. Delicious, delicious red bean paste. So since it's like cold, it's really like easily malleable, right? Like you can just take it out and go. So it makes it really, really easy to just plop it down and enjoy. So super simple. And plus, like, it's a special little ingredient. Like, a lot of people don't really know what Onco is or red bean paste is. Like, you tell them, it's like, oh, red bean paste. And they're like, what? Bean? What are you talking about? How could something with bean be so sweet and good? But we all know. We all know it's the good stuff. So, there we go. Perfect. Also, I don't know why I'm like hoarding things and haven't just dumped everything into the box yet. But okay, so yoink, there we go. There's our cookies ready to go in. There's our oven ready to have things put in it, I guess. So 350 degrees for 12 minutes? 15 to 20 minutes. Let's do 15 and see where we get from there. And while that cooks, I'm going to transfer this to this because it's a lot easier, honestly, to grill. Kind of looks like a giant poop, but it's a really, really good tasting one, at least. I should have just cut it all the way across. It would have made my life easier. Like you can see, like they said, I'm just trying to get as much out of it because I don't want to waste any of it. Because it's not something that I can find at a store easily. I have to order it online. In the past, I've like put it in a little baggie. I've put it in a little baggie and let it, exist that way. But I find that it's a lot easier to manage if I just transfer it directly into a little container like this. Though whether or not I will be able to fit all of it, because we didn't use a ton of it today, into this one container, that is another question. I don't yet know. We'll see. I might just have to eat a bunch of Onco, which honestly is not the worst thing in the world to do. So we could make red bean paste soup, zanzai, if we wanted to. Literally, it's just hot water and bean paste. That's it. You just mix it together. Tastes real good. Makes a good dessert. People put mochi in it if you get it at like a restaurant. Yeah, I have the feeling I'm gonna have to use some of this. I'll show you why I think that in just a sec. You can probably guess. It's like a mountain of bean paste here. A delicious mountain. Delicious. So yeah, doesn't quite fit all of it, but it's actually, oh no, it fits. I just had to squish it. We're good. It all fits. So that's nice. So into the fridge that can go. For use with the other half batch that we have, considering, you know, there's that. But yeah, so you can see, squished it all out. Or at least, I think I got pretty much all of it, I think. Yeah. It's like a teensy bit in the corner. It's so good. Really, really is. One of those tasty, unique flavors of the world. Alright, so next, while we're waiting, we'll clean up, which is honestly really easy, because, like, we didn't really use that much stuff, honestly. Like, the biggest cleanup annoyance is, like, the floured area that we made for ourselves. And that's about it. Like, the rest of the stuff is all super, super simple to clean. Like, here. Like, we have our butter knife, right? Which, we have a dishwasher for a reason. So, really not that many dishes. You know, our 1/3 cup measuring device, so that we could measure out the 2/3 cup of hazelnut, the 1/2 cup for the sugar, and for measuring out the cup of flour, the teaspoon for the baking powder, our mixing spoon. I'm just gonna scrub off some of the excess dough off of it before it goes in here. Nice and simple and easy. Okay. Yes. And there's no big exciting thing, like no event, no special plan for these cookies in particular. I was just thinking to myself that, like, it's nice to bring stuff to trivia so that my friends can try things and such. And while I've made these before, these hazelnut cookies, my friend's girlfriend, who's been coming to trivia and hanging out and those kind of things, she hasn't had them before. So I was like, oh, I could make that so that she could try something new. And she actually, like, appreciates getting a little treat here and there. So, like, I think the novelty of someone wanting to make something tasty and bring it to share with people hasn't worn off on her yet. So I will continue to feed people as long as it makes them like me. And even then, I will probably continue to make random food because I like eating. So, you know, little things. All right. Now, before, I suppose I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have rinsed off the rolling pin. We still have that other batch. All right. It is now time to dry the rolling pin so that we can use it to roll out the other cookies that have been cooling in the fridge. Normally you let them go for half hour in there. I don't really know how long it's been. It's probably been like 15 or 20 minutes for them. So once those other cookies come out, we can transfer them over to a cooling rack, and then reuse the same parchment paper and everything for that. And that'll be fine. Fine and dandy. So, I've taken care of everything besides the spoon, which I will rinse off, and the cooking chopsticks plus the rolling pin, and my scissors, I guess. We still have 8 minutes on the clock. I suppose I could use the other pan if we wanted to get started early. But basically, the longer we cool down those cookies, or the cookie dough rather, the less it will stick to itself and whatnot, which is kind of nice for making shapes or doing those things. Because we could make some shapes if we wanted to. Like, we can use the cup to make a circle, and then convert the circles into any random shape we want. Like a star, I guess. Trying to think what else we could make. Star. A mouse, maybe? Like little Mickey Mouse ears? I don't know. Anything, really. It's kind of up to us. I'm not very creative as far as shapes go. And I don't have the those things, little cookie cutters and shapes. So that's not really going to do much for me either. Good there. I'm going to put these away just over here for now. And then we have our dough, which has been acquiring quite the fun pattern from sitting in the fridge. But it's cool now. So we'll hold its shape a teensy bit better. Just a little. Not a lot, but just a little. And well, you know, I suppose we could make these without the... We can make them without the Onco. I'll see how I feel. We'll take it out just in case. Alright. So, same deal as before. Let me bring you down here. Yoink. Okay, so same deal. Still got the same flour. Still gonna work just fine. Here we go. Just ball it up, maybe roll it around a teensy bit. Ooh. Probably need a little bit more flour over here. It's sticking. There we go. Okay, not my finest moment there, but that's okay. Only got 2 out of that. Okay, but now we have these 2 little guys, and I don't really know what to do with them, honestly. I'm not feeling overly creative right now, but I guess what I could do is I could show you what I mean by like making a cream center for them rather than the things. So if you take a knife and then pick up one of these lads, and I normally actually do it like just directly on the pan or even just like directly here, is you just try to get midway through it and then stab it. Stab and rotate. Having a lot of flour down helps for this part because it does like stick to itself a fair bit. But you don't really have to rotate it or anything like that. You just want to get it so it comes off in half, like this, right? So there's one half, and then the other half is on the other side, right? So one half can go down, and then you can grab a little bit of Onco paste. This is probably too much, honestly. And that goes right in the center. And then just lay it right on top. And then you have a cookie with Onco paste inside of it. So those are fun to do. They're not like the prettiest because they kind of like mound up and whatnot, so not super great, but tasty. You can also like, it doesn't cook quite as evenly if you do it, but you can also just like use 2 halves. Like if you roll this out, roll 2 out, or rather roll roll it out, then cut 2 out with the cup. You could also like just use these 2 halves and stick them right on top of each other. But honestly, that might be a little bit too much cookie. So, you could also, I suppose, you could make a moon if you wanted to. You could cut it right in half and go from there. But what I'm gonna do for this one, it's gonna be hard for you to see, but just trust me that I'm attempting to make art over here. Is you could try to make like, oh god, I am not artistic. You could try to make a star. Wow, I'm terrible at this. Oh, you'll see. Don't worry, you'll see. Oh yeah, I am not good at this. You can see I was trying. It kind of worked. But like these cookies don't like blow out very much. They don't expand too big or anything like that. So it will hold its star shape at the very least, which is nice. But I'll make 2 of those with my poor attempt at art. There's got to be like an easy way to cut these kinds of things. I just don't know what it is. They like take inspiration from Mario Party stars or something. Somehow I think this one's worse. Yeah. This one's like, it's like really skinny in a star. I'll show you in a second, hold on. First we gotta check these cookies. Alright. Let's see. How are these looking? Shut up. Pretty good. A little bit brown on those edges, so probably good to take out. Oops, I just muted myself. Flip camera. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. They smell good though. Beautiful. Like legitimately good looking. See? Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, I know what we can do. You know what hazelnut goes really well with? Dark chocolate. Weird stuff as well, for fun. I mean, it's okay looking, right? Like, it's not the worst star you've ever seen. Hopefully. I don't know. You tell me. All right. But let's get these lads in the oven though. So again, we'll probably end up with 8 cookies from this half, considering the other half got us 8. So I'm just going to do 2 of these lads, and for those 2, yeah, give me a few pieces of dark chocolate, and I'm just going to embed them right in the center. They'll probably be fine like this. Like, the worst thing that happens is they, like, melt a little bit off to the side. But no, they'll be good. No, come back. Come back, little duck. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing will be right. In order to make these all even, I'm actually going to put Anko into the middle of this other one. Just so that, like, we have 2 of each kind going on over here. I'm doing a very lazy man's thing there to pop open there. Anko goes right in the middle, just like I showed you all before. Just plop it right down and seal it up. So there you go, you can see the chocolate too. All right, we got 2 more cookies to make. And I don't really know what I want to do. Maybe do make a couple plain ones maybe. Yes. Something. I don't know. I don't know. We'll make enough. Or more chocolate, maybe. Do chocolate, too. Okay. Yoink. So there we go. We have Anko stuffed, star, chocolate, plain, and then these ones that came out of the oven that are done. We have just Anko thumbprints going on. How about for these last 2, rather than plain? Sorry about that. Apologies for any loud, horrid noises. I'm going to put down the little Anko thumbprint, and then I'm going to stick a piece of chocolate on top of it. Because why not? Why not both? Mind you, Anko and chocolate does go pretty well together, by the way. I have melted them together before and made truffles that way. And it was pretty good. So, do recommend mixing red bean paste and chocolate together. Basically making chocolate zanzai, I guess. Alright, so there you go. Beautiful, right? Everything you ever wanted and more. And then we'll stick that in the oven for 15. In you go, lads. Okay. There. And of course, cooling rack. Nothing too crazy going on here. They're probably just good to let them cool in their natural environment of not having stuff on the bottom, I guess. They're still pretty hot, but they're good. You can see like the flakiness of it. Like you can see the hazelnut and then with the texture that they have going on. And they're kind of pretty. And of course we have our little test nugget. So, pretty good. Pretty good little lad. We might as well check out the goods, as it were. So, using my left hand because why would I not, I guess. Alright. So, crumbly in a good way. Still pretty hot. I'm kind of worried about burning my tongue, but nope, they're good. So here you go. So let me try to describe its texture to you, I guess. Like they're very soft. Like you might have been able to tell from when I was rolling it out that they it stuck a little bit to the rolling pan a bit and had like lots of air in it. So they're pretty soft, pretty poofy. They taste like hazelnut, which is what you want considering the hazelnut. And like this is just a plain one. The Anko ones would taste better. I mean, not that this one doesn't taste good. But yeah, if you like hazelnut, it's like that. Or if like you like Nutella, kind of like that. Also, hello, Itanes. So, 13 minutes for the second batch, which have all the fun shapes. But yeah, so now it's time to clean. Again, like the my super special trick to you today, I guess that I haven't shown you before in any of the other cooking streams, is if you want to get your cookies to be an even height, then just like use 2 cooking chopsticks and then roll out the dough underneath it, and you'll end up with an even cookie everywhere, which lets them all cook nice and evenly because they're all the exact same height. So you don't have to worry too much. So that's my fun little trick to you today. All right, now I'm gonna do some dishes. But yeah. So, house life at Tani's. Did you make any good food today? Any exciting cooking adventures to share? Nope. Because hubby and I got the booster yesterday and he's been down for the count. Ooh, I see. Well, congratulations on your booster, I guess. Though, sucks that it's kicking your husband's ass. Busy Hussein. Finish Silk Song when I need to get the eyes on it. Like you did, what's her name? The one who goes, oh yeah! That one. Main character of Silk Song. God, what is her name? Hornet. Right? The red one from Hollow Knight. Yeah, Hornet, right? Yeah. She's cool. I'm looking forward to whenever Silk Song will actually come out. Definitely will play it probably day 1. If it ever comes out. It will, but God, it's like one of those memes, like never ever, basically, right? That's what it feels like. But yeah. You do the 3rd booster again? I don't think I got the 2nd booster. I got my vaccine shot, the first one. Did I get a booster? I got my 1st and 2nd dose. That's all I did. So it's kind of out of the way, and also like COVID hasn't really been hitting too hard around these parts for the most part. So it hasn't really been a priority for me since I haven't really traveled anywhere either. And just in general, haven't really been too worried about it. Like, my brother and his girlfriend got corona a couple times. Or no, just once. Or actually, sorry, my brother got it just once. I think his girlfriend might have gotten it more than once because she was working, for a little while she was doing EMT work as part of her like medical training stuff or whatever. And so she was in pretty close proximity a lot of the time. And so that's how they figured they got it. But they both like went through it fine. So it's good. I figure if my brother can manage to get through it without too much difficulty, besides just not being able to taste much and then getting his full senses back afterwards, that I probably don't have too much else to worry about, considering that we're both, you know, similar genetically or something. But yeah. Got your main shot on your birthday last year. Ooh, on your birthday? That sucks. Yeah, no, they're fine. It was a while ago. It was 2 Christmases ago, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2 Christmases ago, because I remember I went home for Christmas, and like the first half of the week I couldn't see them because they were waiting for like their quarantine week to be done, basically. But I saw them after that when they were done with that. And got to chat with them. Everything, it was good. So, all right. We are clean now. Jake. All right. Let the cutting board dry off. Hey, I got our shot scheduled. Happy birthday. Oh my God. Oh God. He tried, right? There you go. Clean. Look at the beautiful counter. no more flour all over it. But yeah, so reminder, hazelnut flour. It's a good thing. It's literally just crushed hazelnuts. That's all it is. So yeah, we have 8 minutes before our little lads there are done. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what I should do with these. Like, I'm going into the office tomorrow. That's mainly because like a bunch of like special people are in town that aren't in too often, and I don't really feel like giving them cookies. But then I had to go into the office on Thursday too, which is my like trivia night. So I was thinking maybe on Thursday I'd pack up a couple of these into that container and bring them to share with people with at trivia and those kind of things. The real question is though, or you could just eat them all yourself. Also true. Also very true. These are actually the kind of cookie that like what was it? A half a year ago? No, more than that. I was still playing Genshin. Last summer. So like a year ago, I went on a couple of dates with this girl, and I brought cookies like the first time we hung out. It was like, look, tasty things. Because we like met up at a diner or something, and so I brought dessert. And I'm pretty sure it was these cookies that I made. So I like put them into a little bag, and then I have some crafting supplies over yonder in that little cabinet. So I made like a little bow and wrapped it up nicely like a little gift. But I was into the hazelnut at that point, so I'm getting back there, I suppose. But yeah, so like all these are the same, which means that they'd probably be good to bring to trivia, because then no one's like scrambling over them trying to get a special one or something. But then, you know, these ones that we're making in here, there's chocolate on some of them. 2 of them are shaped like stars. There's Onko inside those 2 over there. There's Onko and chocolate on those 2. So many options. Also, I'm looking at this chocolate right there, and I think that I'm probably gonna need to either like use a spoon and squish it a little bit, you know, make it look a little bit more even, or just dump on more chocolate to make it not look so silly. Like, it looks kind of silly with just the 4 dots. It might be hard to see because of the weird netting in the oven, but you can kind of see it there. Yeah, chocolate. Chocolate, Atanes. Chocolate. 70%? 60%? 60%. 60% bittersweet chocolate chips. Premium baking. Put more chocolate? Yeah, you're right. You can't go too wrong with it. I'll probably do that. It doesn't feel right to have like an empty gap. But yeah, welcome to the snack cabinet, by the way. We have Hinto Mint, Newman Owns, which are basically knockoff Oreos that are nice for charity. We have Hojija tea from Japan. Hojija tea from Japan. Got hot chocolate. Chai tea, if I remember right, I think. Miso soup. That's definitely a snack, right? How about some nice, delicious Fig Newtons? Actually, I think these are fig. Yeah, they're fig bars. Got some green tea. Matcha. Actually, you know. So like this lad, this is the last one of my Sakura bars that I made last week. I could totally make matcha bars. I wonder if that would be good. Like, I like matcha. I just wonder how much I would use or how little I would use, because matcha is a pretty strong flavor. That could be good though, maybe. Pop-Tarts, the emergency breakfast food. Here you go. Anyone want some Thin Mints? Got those. And s'mores. I think these two things have been in there for at least a month and a half or so. I think something like that. And s'mores. Okay, Thin Mint and s'mores. There we go. All right, everyone is satisfied. So yeah, that's the snack cabinet. How about some Sakura Daifuku? Maybe? Or these really tasty little crackers. They have, it's kind of hard to see. Actually, I don't even know if you can see. But they're two thin, like, little cookie wafers. And then there's Sakura cream in the middle of them. They're pretty good. I've had one so far. Kind of saving all these things for, like, some special occasion that will never come, basically. Anyone else do that for like snacks and things that are special? Like you just kind of sit around and wait for some occasion? Or is that just me? 2 more minutes. Wait, how about my other cabinet? Rice, Worcester, and eel sauce. Oh, 1 more minute. And then we have the cup noodle area. Very important. And then beans. So actually, these beans, just like regular old little red beans, these are the kind of beans you can use to make into onko. If you want. It takes like 3 hours, by the way, of like slaving over a little pot with a bunch of sugar and just like jamming it and making sure it doesn't burn. It's a lot of effort, but it does taste really good. You've never had cup noodles yet? Ever? But it's so good. Look at this. You get 320 calories right here in all of its noodly glory. There's enriched flour. Your life could be enriched by flour and dried carrot flake. No, they're good. It's a good, like, quick thing. All right. 100, yeah. 1,250 million soda. Yeah, you know, sodium. You gotta be salty. It's gotta taste good. Silence, you. Okay. Now the important part here is for me not to burn myself while I try to do this. So, I'm trying to figure out where I should place you so I don't die. All right. Oh boy. And I just dropped the phone. Somehow I don't think this is working for any view, but at the very least it will kind of work. I'll put this right there. It's almost like a little... It's almost like a 4-leaf clover of chocolate. Hold on. Ugh. Like, look at it. It's like a little 4-leaf clover. It's a lucky chocolate. Or something. Something like that. But yeah, so there we go. I'm going to transfer those to another thingy. Because I have 2. So let me move the other one out of the way. Nice and hot. Cool. All right, there we go. Ta-da! Look at that. We have cookies. Doing this with one hand isn't the easiest thing in the world, but you know, it's fun. we're good. Alright, so there we go. The regular ones with the little thumbprint red bean. Red bean and chocolate with a red bean inside, and just a star shape for funsies. They remind me of Kirby stars. Except that I'm a terrible artist. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so there you go. The recipe again, and when I throw this onto the YouTube archive channel and whatnot, I'll put the recipe there too. But basically, it's a variation of this butter cookie. And instead of doing 1 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, you do 1 cup of flour and then 2/3 cup of hazelnut flour. Or if you don't have flour like ready-made, then you can just get like whole hazelnuts and throw it into a food processor and get 2/3 of cups of hazelnuts that way. Because that's all hazelnut flour is. It's just ground up hazelnuts. So yeah, then 1/2 cup sugar, an egg, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You can do it room temperature, you can melt it like I did because I'm lazy. And then a teaspoon of baking powder. So sugar and butter go together, then the egg, then the powder, and then your flours. Mix it into a ball. And then this half over here we did right away without refrigerating. And then these ones we refrigerated first while we made the other ones. It doesn't make a huge difference, honestly. Like, these ones might be a little bit easier to shape, like when we were kind of putting them together, hence the stars. But if you don't have the time to refrigerate, you don't have to do it. So, oven 350, and yeah, 15 minutes for baking, and then you get these. So there you go. Now you all know how to make hazelnut cookies. I'm sure you're all thrilled. So as for the rest of the night goes, honestly, I kind of want to keep streaming. I'm not going to stream from my phone, but I think I might play Celeste for a little while and grind on that golden berry and such. So I'll probably go offline because I have to swap from phone to PC. But yeah, if anyone wants to hang out for some Celeste attempts and whatnot, you are welcome to. Otherwise, I will see you another day. Probably won't do another cooking stream for at least a week. I tend to only bake once a week anyway. So maybe next Tuesday or something, I don't know. Depends on if I have an idea of what I should make for you all. Maybe that matcha stuff will be involved. But anyway, take it easy everyone if you don't come by. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Bye. Bye. Say bye to Miku, everyone. Our resident kitchen wife. Oh, this thing's really getting in the way, isn't it? There we go. Say bye to Miku, everyone. Bye, Miku.